So let's back up a little bit. Aren't we the same age?
Yeah, I'm 38.
Okay, so you're probably a year and a half younger than me. So you're born in the early '80s.
Yeah, 81, that's right.
Were you born in Quebec?
Yep, Montreal.
Okay, so you speak 2 languages. That's one of the cool things about your channel. 3?
3, yeah, Greek too.
Oh, okay.
Hence my complicated name.
Yeah, give me what is your last name? Pronounce it for me.
Moskopoulos.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Moskopoulos.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Exactly. When you get to know how to pronounce it, there's no problem.
So, so you play a little bit of sports in high school, and then did you go to college?
Yeah. Well, we call that CEGEP. So after you're done with your 5 years of high school here in Quebec, you go to 2 years of CEGEP, which is our college equivalent, and then university. So I did a bachelor's and a master's degree.
And so you have a unique schedule that has afforded you the ability to start, doing, detailing and things on the side. So I want to dig into that a little bit about sort of how you make the transition to start making YouTube videos.
Yes.
When did you really start? I think you're like me, or like I had a couple of exhaust videos in like 2008 or something, or 2010, but then I didn't really start making YouTube videos until late 2014. When did you start the kind of the side hustle, if you will? Because you still have a job, right? You still have a career.
Yep, absolutely.
So how did YouTube start? So take me back. Tell me that story of when you started and why and how that all got going.
Sure. Well, as you probably know, I mean, I've been detailing for now 22 years because I started when I was 16 and I'm 38 now. And as the years progressed, it always got more and more serious.
So what language do you think in?
French. Yeah.
So you're always having to translate. You're always having to, like when you're speaking to me now, you're having to kind of translate in your brain and speak English.
Well, the talking is not as bad because when I was growing up, my parents in our household, we'd speak 3 languages all the time. So whichever word came to your brain the first for whatever you were going to say, regardless of the language, that's where you'd say it in. So it's not as bad. But normally the thought process is in French, and obviously the terms that you use in specific fields like detailing, that's super complicated. So the brain has to take a pause, switch, and then remember how you say the actual things in English or in French, obviously.
Have you thought about doing Greek videos too?
Yeah, I have a lot of Greek viewers that would love me to try that out. I don't know how that would go down though. You're always scared of like trying something, putting it on and having it have a negative effect on the channel because I spend so much time building this.
And creating a third or second channel doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you're Doug DeMuro or someone really or you have millions of viewers. Creating that second channel, even then, the second channels almost never work. So
exactly, me, I like to focus on one. I already spend so much time and energy like in this. I don't want to have to manage another channel as well. I mean,
well, and that's where you get the heat, though. Because there are 5 or 6 major blenders, but there are thousands of local tiny blenders around, and so that's where you take some heat because he doesn't talk about that stuff. Everything he tries he likes. So what do you say about, well, you're only sharing the stuff you're getting paid to share? How do you manage that? So you know me, we've had this conversation, like I don't know how to take money from sponsors.
Yeah.
How do you manage sponsorship and being somewhat unbiased and being able to share? Yeah. And I think I know the answer to this, but tell me how you manage that. You never go to the negative, so that's where you take some heat. So I think that affords you the ability to just stick to the facts. And so tell me, when someone says, if I say to you, Pan, you're only sharing Adams because they paid you $10,000 to make a video. I don't know if Adams is paid. I'm just giving you an example here. Yeah. Take XYZ product. What do you say to that?
Pretty good for the money.
I thought they were a bunch of douchebags, because the detail mafia.
The detail mafia.
Those guys are the freaking coolest, nicest guys on the planet. Everyone I've ever met are like the nicest dudes ever, And
then I speak with them at SEMA, and you discover the people behind the brand, and these are genuinely hardworking people that love what they do, and they put their heart and souls into that.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Can I not have respect for those?
I'm happy to see them succeed, and they've been in the commercial game for so long, and have some of these great products in their massive line. And
Yeah.
it's cool to be a part of, a small part of, making, helping people discover that. So what you're talking about here is an equal exchange in value. And
Absolutely.
it's probably still unequal, right? The value
Oh,
that
yeah.
that a broad reach, and the value of a stamp of approval on a product is not being equally compensated. Even
I
if you
know they make way more in profits,
yeah,
because I know some of them
you
are kind enough to share the numbers. If whatever they pay in a sponsorship, they make
even that is
multiple
bullcrap.
times in return.
Like the stupid, like I hate being doing it based on CPM or doing it like if I endorse a product, I'm going to get 8,000 views or 9,000 views on something. But if I endorse a product, excuse the arrogance of this, but if I say this is the thing to buy,
Yeah.
the CPM doesn't mean jack.
Nope.
Or here's a link, an affiliate link to a discount code. Rich people don't use freaking affiliate codes. And the other thing that's impossible to measure is the broader reach. A lot of people don't even know where they heard about the thing.
Exactly.
Or you may influence me, or I may influence you, or I may influence Phil at Auto Fanatic, or he may influence me, or there may be there's a broader reach to an unmeasurable value.
I fully agree with you.
To that kind of thing. And so that's where I'm glad I wanted you to kind of talk through that, because I know a lot of people have that take of, well, he's just taking money and he likes it. And I know you, and I think that the people that matter know the deal. But it's an interesting business. It's an interesting life. It's an interesting choice that I think most people that have an interest in detailing would hope to get to.